What's going on, guys? King Raven here, coming at you with another video today. So today we've got an awesome knife review slash overview. You'll want to pay attention to this one because this knife drops within a couple of days depending on when you're watching this video. And you don't want to miss out on this knife drop because I believe they're going to go really fast. But before we get into today's knife review slash overview, y'all remember to give me a like, leave a comment. In the description of this video, I will have a link to this knife. It will not be an affiliate link. I'll mark that and everything. It's just, I really like this knife. I bought this knife. So I'm more than willing to share what I think about this knife. But the rest of the links, there'll be links that help my channel. If you would like to help support me here, what I do to bring more content, different types of content, those links are the best way to support me here at what I do, especially the Patreon, the Instagram, and the TikTok. At the end of the video, there'll be a little subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and check out the other video I'll have linked. Now let's flip this camera around and get into today's knife overview. Okay guys, so today we're going to be checking out another Divo knife. Now this drops on 10/17. I will have it linked down below. Won't be an affiliate link. I bought this knife myself. I have lots of Divo knives. I just like to support those guys. They're great guys over there. Plus their designs are fantastic. Some of my favorite knives in my collection. But this is a collaboration with not only Divo, but Stassa23. So if you're not following Stassa23 on YouTube or Lefty EDC on YouTube, which is one of the co-owners of Divo Knives, you need to follow those guys. Those are great guys. So Nick from Stassa23, Kevin and Colin over at Divo, just all around excellent guys, and I love seeing the designs that they come up with. So this is like Stassa's design, and Divo just helped bring it to fruition. They did a little collaboration, made some tweaks and stuff like that, and brought it to us. Now this is going to be a limited run. They said if it sells out, which I think it's going to sell out fast. So if you want one, you want to be ready for this drop on 10/17. And they said if it sells out, they'll do another batch and maybe in different colorways. So the colorways that they've got going on this drop is they've got like 125 of the black pearl camo carbon with the satin blade, 125 of the 80s camo carbon with the satin blade, and then 50 of the electric blue camo carbon with the black wash blade. Only 300 pieces overall. You'll get a cloth, you'll get the nice box, and you'll get a micro cloth from Kubi. Kubi is the OEM on this knife, and they are been killing it lately. You'll get a Fireball sticker and a Divo Knives sticker. So let's check out the Divo Knives Fireball. I went with the 80s camo. I was born in 79, so I grew up in the 80s, and I just love the colorways of the camo. And that's one thing with camo carbon, you get all unique variations. You'll get patches of and big streaks of different colors, and they really got camo carbon to bump up the colorway, and I really like it. We'll do a comparison and everything in just a second to show you a difference between this 80s and another version of 80s, so you can see how they really got camo carbon to bump up the color in these. Very unique knife. Let's talk about what we've got here. We've got a titanium back strap. Okay, we've got the fat carbon or the camo carbon handles. Okay, and then we've got an S90V blade. Before we get into the blade, unique thing that they did with the back strap. Okay, you'll see it's clean on the show side. Well, the way they did for lefties and everything is they milled it with the pocket clip being on the back strap itself. So if you're lefty, you'll just you need to get a lefty back strap. They'll have some set up as lefty. If not, I believe they're going to be selling the lefty back straps on the Divo Knives website. Doesn't come with one, but you can get a lefty back strap, and that way the milling will be on that side, and your show side will be cleaner. Okay, now it's got this nice, awesome milling right here on the back strap itself, and the keyholes on the top echo the design of the deployment hole. Now, they also did this really unique pivot on this side to make it captive. And then you've got this side, and it's got the really cool collars. And I believe they're going to have a couple of different colorways of collars available. Okay, this shape and then the circle shape. Now, all the back straps are black, no matter the colorway, and it's got this really cool texture. Okay, let's check out this blade. Now, before we check out the blade, let's talk about this deployment hole. I watched Stassa video, and he was saying he designed this shape of the deployment hole for, let's say, like on a thumb flick. When you're using it to thumb flick, this flat catches right on your thumb and allows you to get a really snappy thumb flick on this. And then on the reverse flick, this helps you really catch the meat of your finger and get a snappy reverse flick. Whether you're using, I have bad hands, I had surgery and everything, so sometimes I'll flick with this finger, or you can flick with the middle finger and everything. It works great on either. So that's just a my hand thing, not a knife design thing. So most people will flip with their middle finger. Say I'm not as good with it because of my surgery. So anyway, the action on this knife is super snappy. Now we've got an hollow ground S90V blade. See if I can get and let y'all see how thin that hollow grind is. Yeah, nice, super thin, nice hollow grind with a belt satin. Got a really cool swedge up here at the top. Sort of, the jimping goes all the way up to here, and then it sort of does a little up kick right here as that swedge comes down, and then the tip drops this way, and then you've got this nice hollow grind, this whole side, and it's just got a gentle belly. So it works like a straight edge for almost the whole length of the knife, but you still do have some belly, so you can get cuts on a flat surface a lot easier than just a completely straight edge. But on your power cuts, you get almost the full length of that blade. Inset liner lock, and the cutout, the pass through for the liner is excellent. Super easy to disengage. Really snappy action, no matter how you like to deploy it. Ergonomics. This is one way this knife shines. Okay, I have medium-sized hands. I wear a medium-sized glove. So even back here, I get 4 full fingers with still plenty hanging off. Then it's got this flat spot right here, so you can choke up and get right behind that blade edge. And there's even much more room. And when you're bearing down, no matter which grip, if you've got to really bear down, because this back strap is like this, you don't just have this open gap where you're really putting pressure. So it's so much more comfortable. It almost works like an integral instead of two sandwich constructions and everything. works more like an integral in your feeling because it gives you that more solid purchase around there, and it doesn't just your meat of your hand isn't going in between the two scales itself, so you can really bear down very comfortably. And then of course the pocket clip is milled this unique pocket clip, and that's very comfortable in hand. Okay, really nice, awesome ergonomics. That blade is where this thing shines, in my opinion, especially for EDC. So you can use it in all those power strip growth, but then your draw cuts, you can pierce with that tip and draw any finesse cuts. You've got that little ramp up, so you can use that to control, or any of the jimping, no matter where your finger lands, you'll be able to control that blade very easily. Super awesome design. Let's give some size comparisons on the Fireball. Okay, so one of the knives we'll take a look at is the Divo Knives Lush. Now, this is a version of 80s camo carbon, okay? As you can see, it's got all the 80s colors and stuff like that, just like this one, but they really got camo carbon to up that 80s. This is the Divo Knives Lush. This was one of their first runs. I believe on their second batch, they got camo carbon to up the colorway, but you can see how much more vibrant the 80s on the Fireball is compared to the 80s on this original Lush. Overall length, the Fireball is just a hair longer in handle and a hair longer in blade than the Lush. Let's compare it to the Divo Knives Growler V2. A lot of people have that. Very similar overall length to the Growler V2. The Divo Knives Stout, little bit shorter in handle, a little bit shorter in blade than the Stout, and then the Divo Knives Tall Boy, which is Divo's longest knife to date. So definitely more compact than the Tall Boy. The hollow grind on most of these Divo knives is outstanding, and the Fireball is no exception. And because it does have a taller style blade, sort of like how the Growler has a taller style blade, it gives more height to the actual grind than like on the Lush. The grind can go up taller and makes it even thinner behind the edge. Really nice and slicey. This has quickly become one of my favorite Divo knives. I love all the Divo knives, but the Fireball is one of my favorites. Let's flip this camera around and wrap up today's video of the Divo Knives Fireball. Okay guys, so what do you think about the Divo Knives Fireball? This has quickly become one of my favorite Divo knives. The action, the ergonomics, the blade, just every aspect about it. It's perfect for EDC, and I think it excels at all those EDC tasks. Y'all let me know what you think about Divo Knives and the Fireball. Are you planning on picking up one? If so, which colorway? Now, I think they're going to sell fast, so y'all want to pay attention. Go use the link below. It doesn't help my channel on that link and everything. I'm not an affiliate with Divo, but I just like to support these guys. Use the link. Pay attention. 1017. They'll be dropping. There's only 300 pieces in total, and you'll want to grab you one while you can and everything. They'll order another batch, and I know they'll do different colorways. So if you don't get one on this batch, pay attention to Divo Knives. You'll get one on the next batch. but I think these things are going to sell great. Are you planning on picking up one? Which one do you plan on getting? The Black Pearl, the 80s, or the Electric Blue? Y'all let me know. Remember, give me a like. Leave a comment in the description of this video and all my videos of the links. Those are the best way to help support me here at the channel, bring you more content and different types of content, and I greatly appreciate it. There's also a link for my Patreon, my Instagram, and my TikTok. Please hit this little subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and check out this video. Y'all be safe out there. I'm King Raven, and I'll catch you in the next video.